now what do we need to do to actually get started? And what's the initial game plan? And then is any new money or additional money going to come in, or do we just plan on recycling the cash flow, or we create that whole plan of what we're going to do with it? Okay, so there's a couple different steps to go shopping. One, now that we've identified what we have to work with, what we want to do, now we need to go get pre-qualified. So that's where we work with the lending department to find out, okay, can I buy one house at a time? What do my debt to income ratios look like? What do my credit score look like? How does all of that measure up and stack up? And we want to make sure that we don't have you out shopping for a product that you can't necessarily perform on. One, that helps us in our relationships with our suppliers and the different ways that we find inventory to make sure that we can perform if we go under contract. And secondly, we want to make sure we're setting the right expectations. We might get the pre-qualification information back and we may have to tweak your starting point. We may be able to be more aggressive than we initially thought we could, or we may need to go slower, or we may need to call an audible and look for plan B. So that's an important part of it. And in that process, we're going to look at, your insurance, for example, or everything that determines that debt to income ratio and what's going in versus coming out. We might look at your property and casualty insurance on your houses, on your vehicles. Again, we just want to do a pretty comprehensive, what is everything you have going on, and is there better, cheaper product potentially out there that we could help improve your overall cash flow every single month. And then from there, it's just we go shopping and we go execute on it. And we have an incredible system for that, which you'll learn more about of how that works. And then that manage and protect piece comes in. Now that we've acquired your properties, now we're just in maintenance mode, cruise control. It's important that we're managing and that we're protecting what we've acquired. And that's where we like to have at least every 6 months, or we want to have some sort of checkup so we're getting back with you saying, okay, what's happened and how's everything performing and what do we need, where do we need to go from here? Or we may reach out to you and say, hey, guess what? This just happened in this market that you're in. It makes sense to sell right now. And if we sell here, this is what it would look like if we went and acquired over here. And we can get you a higher ROI over here than we can in this market. So let's analyze that and let's share that information with you. So we're constantly pushing information out so that you can always be in control of your portfolio. We really view it as you're building your own real estate business. We're a tool to help you do that. And so we're just going to keep giving you information so that as you make decisions, you have as much information and knowledge as possible in order to do it. So that's a quick summary of the game plan process and kind of how that works and how we go about creating it. And as we get all that information, a lot of times behind the scenes, we're crunching, okay, what different scenarios, and let's come back with, here's scenario 1, 2, and 3, based on what we have to work with, of what we could do on our side of things to help get you where you want to get. So hopefully that's some valuable information.